we're spending too much money. We're spending too much money. And an interesting thing is that the Yankee Institute started this new site called ctsunlight.org. If you could just put that up on the bottom of the screen, I think it's on page 5, ctsunlight.org. And what was the brain thought behind this? How did this come about?
Sure. Well, what we wanted to do is we wanted to take the state's checkbook, basically, and put it online in an electronic, downloadable, searchable format so that regular people could go online and take a look at how the state spends our tax dollars. It's important because in this time of $500 million budget deficits, it matters how our tax dollars are spent, and not just in the the big line items that you would see in the budget. $700 million for corrections, $600 million for transportation, this kind of thing. It really matters how the different state agencies of state government spend our money. And so what ctsunlight.org does is gives regular people the opportunity to go online and take a look and really get a realistic sense of how our tax dollars are spent. You see it in a budget, and oh well, $50 million for that program, $10 million for that program. Well, what that doesn't say is, how was that money really spent? You don't get to see $600 for going to Dunkin' Donuts. You don't get to see $1,100 in hotel payment.
There was one thing you had, was it Chucky the Clown? There was some kind of clown that some state agency hired a clown for, was it hundreds and hundreds of dollars for some party, and you have him on the site, and he's in a state taxpayers paid for that, for Chucky the Clown. Was it Chucky the Clown? What was his name?
The woman's name is Huggles.
Huggles the Clown.
Huggles
okay,
the Clown.
Sorry. Apologies to Chuckles.
Yeah, Huggles is a clown. She's a lady from Wethersfield who's was a clown, been an experienced clown for over 20 years, and she worked a Christmas party at the Department of Corrections in 2008, and $600 was the expense for the clown.
Okay.
But the point is not we've called attention to the clown because it's kind of funny. There's some wasteful spending, but the vast majority of the site is not just simply to put out Huggles the Clown. The point is that our tax dollars are spent every single day in this state by the bureaucracy in a whole host of different ways that we often don't think about. At Dunkin' Donuts, at hotel rooms all over the world, for plane tickets, for all the sorts of things that it takes to run the state bureaucracy. And until we get that under control, until we get these types of nickel and dime expenses under control, how can we ever hope to get a $500 million budget deficit under control? Yeah,
it's an interesting site because you also have, it was difficult for you to get that site. You had to go to court to get it.
Actually, we worked with the
Freedom of Information Act.
Yeah, we
allowed you to do that, but that wasn't easy.
Well, it was a difficult process to go through. We did a massive Freedom of Information request from the State Comptroller's Office because they control all of that data, and they actually worked with us in a collaborative fashion. They were terrific to work with, and over the course of about 6 months, we invested a great deal of staff time into getting the data into a format that was ready for publication on the website, and then about the beginning of February, we published it online, and so now anybody can go to ctsunlight.org and see exactly how your tax dollars are spent.
So you're making some buzz from this?
Absolutely, and probably the most surprising thing has been the response from members of state government, from state employees who have called into our offices, who've sent us emails, who've written us letters, and have quite hearteningly expressed a true desire to be part of the solution to this process. We've gotten letters highlighting from different state workers areas that we should look at. There's waste in this program, or this person has a no-show job. We're going to get a unique opportunity with this website, with this tool, to shake the cobwebs out of state government and find a lot of hidden little expenses that have bounced along from year to year. And I think that's probably the biggest point, is that we would, at the Yankee Institute, would like very much for legislators to go through the budget in in a thoughtful, thorough manner and go line by line through the budget to look at programs and ask the question, how can we do this better? How can we deliver these services more effectively, more efficiently, at a lower cost? Because we want people to get the services that they need. We recognize that government has a role in delivering services. People need help. It's a recession. We get that. But if the services you get from state are, are gotten after, a 3-hour wait in line where, there's, 2 overworked people trying to get you through a line or something like that, we want that process to work better for people. And putting all the expenditures online, all the salaries online, all the pensions online, putting all that information online gives people the tools to be able to do some analysis and find ways to save money.
Hence the word sunlight.